So we discuss about in chapter number 12 continuous sound, that is 12.4 range of hearing. So here the limit of the audible sound of the human ear are from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. The limits of audibility of the human ear are from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And children under the age of 5 and some animals can hear up to 25 kilohertz. And with increased age, the upper limit falls quite considerably. Now, first discuss about the infrasound and ultrasound. So here, the range of infrasound range, that is sound from frequency below the 20 hertz, are called infrasound or infrasonic sound. Okay, sound of frequency below 20 hertz. The sound of frequency below 20 hertz are called infrasound or infrasonic sound. And some animals produce sound in the infrasonic range, as for example, whales, elephant. Okay, so such type of the animals, they produce the infrasound or infrasonic sound. Again, I repeat, that will be sound of frequencies below 20 hertz. Sound of frequency below 20 hertz are called infrasound or infrasonic sound. Some animals like whales, elephant, okay, such type of animals produce sound in the infrasonic sound. Then after ultrasonic sound, ultrasound or ultrasonic sound. Sound of frequency higher than 20 kilohertz. Sound of frequency higher than 20 kilohertz are called ultrasound or ultrasonic sound. As for example, dolphin, bats, porpoise. Okay, so porpoise is like a whale animal. It is a big animal like a whale animal, porpoise. So such type of animals produce ultrasound or ultrasonic sound. Okay, so here, that is the range of hearing. The limits of audibility of the human ear are from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Okay, here the children under the age of 5 and some animals can hear up to 25 kilohertz. Then after sound of frequency, because some are late admin to students. Now can you show the screen? Yes, sir. Okay. So we discuss about the range of hearing. So, range of hearing, the limit of audibility of the human ear are from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, and the children under the age of 5 and some animals can hear up to the 25 kilohertz. Now, we discuss about the infrasonic sound or infrasound. Sound of frequency below 20 hertz are called infrasound or infrasonic sound. Some animals produce sound in the infrasound range. For example, whales and elephants, such type of animal, they produce the infrasound or infrasonic sound. Then next one, that is ultrasonic sound. The sound of frequencies higher than 20 kilohertz. Sound of frequency higher than 20 kilohertz are called ultrasound or ultrasonic sound. For example, dolphin, bats, porpoises. Okay, so type of the animal produces ultrasonic sound or ultrasound. Then next one, that is we discuss the question, that is in-text question, that is what is the audible range of the average human ear? What is the audible range of the average human ear? So the audible range of the average human ear is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Okay, so type of the question will ask in exam. Okay, answer in one word. Okay, or MCQ also. So what is the audible range of the average human ear? 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So answer is the audible range of the average human ear is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. The next question, what is the range of frequencies associated with infrasound and B ultrasound? So first, what is the range of frequency associated with the infrasound? That is sound of frequency less than 20 hertz. Sound of frequency less than 20 hertz is called infrasound, and sound of frequency more than 20 kilohertz, it is called ultrasound. Sound of frequency more than 20 kilohertz is called ultrasound. Okay. Then next one, that is the applications of ultrasound. Next topic, but this topic is not that is it will be deducted. That is deleted. Application of ultrasound, then structure of human ear and sonar. Okay, all these are cancelled in exam, but just we have to revise which type of the points will come in this topic. Okay, so applications of ultrasound we'll discuss. Yes, yes, sonar also. So in applications of ultrasound, that is used to first application of ultrasonic, that is used to clean parts of machine located in hard to reach places. Okay, used to clean parts of machine located in hard to reach places. Then second application to detect the cracks and flaws in metal blocks, like that it is the as shown in figure, that is ultrasound is reflected back from the defective locations inside a metal block, that is to detect the cracks and flaws in metal blocks. Then it is also used in the echocardiology, that is ECG. Okay, ultrasonic sound is used in echocardiography. Echocardiography, that is ECG. What is the full form of ECG? Echocardiography, ECG. Okay, and then after it is also used for the getting images of internal organs of human body. Okay, such as liver, gallbladder, uterus, kidney, etc. Okay, so all these are the applications of the ultrasound. So again I repeat, that is application of ultrasound. It is used to clean the parts of machine located in the hard to reach the places, to detect the cracks and flaws in metal blocks, used in the ECG, that is echocardiography. The full form of ECG is echocardiography. Then after it is also used for getting the images of the internal organs of human body, such as liver, gallbladder, uterus, kidney, etc. So all these are the applications of the ultrasound. That is next, that is ultrasound may be employed to break small stones from in the kidneys into the grains. That is, these grains later get flushed out with the urine. So all these are applications. Then next one, that is the sonar. So here the full form of sonar, that is the sonar stand for the S for the sound, N for the navigation, and R for the ranging. So sonar stand for the sound, navigation and ranging. The full form of sonar, that is a sound, that is SO means sound, NA means navigation, and R means ranging. So sound, navigation, and ranging. Okay. So this device uses ultrasonic waves. This device, that is sonar devices, uses ultrasonic waves and to measure the distance, direction, as well as speed of underwater objects. Okay. So sonar devices use ultrasonic waves to measure the distance, directions, and speed of underwater objects. Here, the sonar technique, it is used to determine the depth of the sea. Okay, what is the main useful? That is the this sonar technique is used to determine the depth of the sea and to locate the underwater hills, valleys, submarines. Okay, ship, etc. So these are the uses of the sonar. The sonar technique is used to determine the depth of the sea, to locate the underwater hills, valleys, submarines, etc. Okay, so these are the uses. So here, that is the depth of the sea. It should be determined with the help of the equation, that is 2D is equal to V multiplied by T. Okay, so total distance, that is 2D, that is traveled by the ultrasonic ultrasound, is less than 2D equal to V multiplied by T. Okay, so 2D is equal to V multiplied by T, and with the help of this equation we can determine the depth of the sea. Okay, now next, that is the human ear, structure of the human ear we discuss. So in this structure, that is the outer portion, that is the outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. Okay, ear is divided into three parts: outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. So first, that is from outermost, that is the pinna. Okay, first outer portion, that is the in outer ear, that is the pinna. So the function of pinna, the outer ear, it collects the sound. The function of pinna is to it collects the sound. Then after we show, that is auditory canal. Okay, in outer portion, that is auditory canal. So see the figure, there will be auditory canal. So this is the auditory canal. Okay, second portion there will be. So this auditory canal, collected sound passes through it. It collects the sound. Okay, auditory canal, the collected sound passes through it. Then after eardrum. So eardrum, that is it come in middle ear. Okay, eardrum come in middle ear. White portion, that is a thin membrane at the end of auditory canal. It vibrates due to the some sound waves. Okay, eardrum, it is a thin membrane at the end of auditory canal, and eardrum vibrates due to the sound waves. Then after, that is a very small three bones. Okay, that is hammer, anvil, and stir up. Hammer, anvil, and stir up. So these are the three bones in our inner ear. So they amplify the vibrations. The function of these three bones amplify the vibration, and these bones are in the middle ear. Okay, hammer, anvil, and stirrup, they amplify the vibrations, and these bones are in the middle ear. Here, the middle ear transmit the amplified pressure vibrations. That is, the middle ear transmit the amplified pressure vibration to the inner ear, and these are turned into the electrical signals by cochlea in the inner ear. Okay, so that is a like a spring type, that is a spiral, that is a, you can be observe the figure, that is spiral shape, it is a cochlea. So the middle ear transmit the amplified pressure vibrations to the inner ear, and these are turned into the electrical signals by cochlea in the inner ear. The electrical signals are sent to the brain through the auditory nerves. Okay, the electrical signals are sent to the brain through the auditory nerves, and the brain interprets them as a sound. So these are the functions of the human ear. So here we are discussed about the structure of the human, that is pinna, auditory canal, eardrum, three bones, okay, cochlea, auditory nerves. So all these are come in human ear. That is, we discuss about the pinna. That is, ear is divided into three portions. That is outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. That is, we discuss about the pinna. The outer ear, it collects the sound. Auditory canal, it collects the sound, passes through it. Auditory drum, that is eardrum. It is a thin membrane at the end of auditory canal. It vibrates due to some sound waves. Three bones, hammer, anvil, and stirrup, and they amplify the vibrations. And these bones are in middle ear. The middle ear transmits the amplified pressure vibration to the inner ear, and these are turned into the electrical signals by cochlea in the inner ear. The electrical signals are sent to the brain through the auditory canals, auditory nerves, and the brain interprets them as a sound. So here the end of this chapter.